Guys, we are here with the final TWID before the Ash and Iron update goes live on Tuesday, so let's dive straight in. First off, of course, the developer live stream happening on Tuesday at 9 AM PT. They're going to be talking about Renegades and also giving a preview of the Ash and Iron update that will be dropping the same day. They also dropped a brand new trailer for the Ash and Iron update, which has some nice little exotic previews and some gameplay of the Plague Lands and the brand new Reclaim activity, as well as a tease about the brand new exotic mission, which looks very nice. And there's also going to be an emblem for if you watched 15 minutes of their Bungie live stream. This is the emblem, looks very nice. Make sure that your Twitch and Bungie accounts are linked if you want to get your hands on it. Next up, they go over some portal updates that we kind of already knew about, so I might just skip this section. Mainly, they're going to be buffing rewards in the portal, reverting some of the negative changes that was mentioned in a previous TWID. They also mentioned that Desert Perpetual Raid is going to be getting weekly challenges, improved gear tiers and gear attunements, and they're increasing the chance for pinnacle engrams to drop and completion of Crucible activities, and increased bonus focus drop rates from 25 to 66% in the Crucible, which is very nice. And they also mentioned that the weekly featured weapon for Trials is going to be returning, but they do not give details on what weapon that will be for this week. I'm assuming that it's for this week, might be for next week. I don't think they mention it here exactly. If they do, I just can't read. Next up, they have portal buffs coming for update 9.1.0.1, which is the Ash and Iron launch update. Some of this stuff we already know, but they do add some newer things here at the bottom where they're reducing gameplay penalties when running out of time in Grandmaster difficulty in the portal. GM difficulty portal activities will no longer zero out revives when you hit the time limit. Note that revives will still zero out for GM conquests, and make tier 5 rewards easier to earn in portal. So from 450 power onwards, platinum or diamond reward packages earn a score of 1,250,000 or more to guarantee tier 5 drops from your activity completion rewards. To confirm that you'll be able to earn tier 5 rewards before launching your activity, add modifiers and increase your reward score forecast until it shows a picture of a tier 5 engram and a score of 1,250,000. As you go up in power, you'll be able to earn tier 5s with progressively lower grades. Example given at 500 power, you'll only need a B+ tier for guaranteed tier 5s. Next up, some new rewards and armor sets and bonuses coming with the Ash and Iron major update. First of which, for weapons inside of the shared loot pool, we have the return of Mida Mini Tool, the revised lightweight solar SMG, and the Drang, which is a revised solar adaptive sidearm, which is going alongside the buffs that were revealed in yesterday's article, which I'll have linked down in the description, which buffs their matching exotics, being Mida Multi-Tool and Sturm. Then alongside that, we have a brand new Hyliatus high-impact strand rocket launcher. For Trials of Osiris, it's getting the Burden of Guilt adaptive fusion rifle in a stasis damage type, and the ever-burning Glitz, a rapid-fire auto rifle in the kinetic damage type. Iron Banner is also going to be returning in this update, and it's going to have a brand new weapon, the Finite Impactor, I believe, which is an adaptive hand cannon of a solar damage type. Don't know if that's a returning weapon or not, but it's going to be added with this update. And alongside that, Pinnacle Ops is going to be receiving the Forced Memorializer, a precision scout rifle of the kinetic damage type, and the Seraphine Haze, a aggressive submachine gun in the stasis damage type, which I believe we did see inside of the brand new trailer for Ash and Iron. Alongside that, there is also some redacted rewards inside of the solo and fireteam ops, as well as the Crucible ops. Next up, for armor and armor set bonuses, we have a new one coming for solo and fireteam ops called the Smoke Jumper Armor Suit, where the two-piece says that when you pick up another power, gain a brief period of rapidly decaying damage reduction, which might be pretty good, and then the four-piece says that super damage causes health and shields to generate while you are in motion. Additional super damage refreshes this effect. Just reading this doesn't seem all that good, but the two-piece definitely has me interested. Alongside that, we also have brand new armor sets coming for Crucible Ops, Iron Banner, and the Raid, which I'm assuming will be for the Epic Raid. Next up, for returned content, we have Dungeon Lairs, which is going to be a way for dungeon encounters being brought in through the portal and the Pinnacle Ops offerings. Now, they do state that the loot from these dungeons will be updated to include the portal loot from Pinnacle Ops, but there is going to be a system in place where if you want to get the older loot from these dungeons, you will be able to, and all of the dungeons included in this Pinnacle Ops Dungeon Lairs will be available fully throughout the 9th of September till the 23rd. So those dungeons include Pit of Heresy, Duality, and Warlord's Ruin. So if you want to be getting any of the rewards from those dungeons, you'll be able to, starting on Ash and Iron launch day until the 23rd. But after that, the only encounters that will be available within the portal include Pit of Heresy, Beneath the Necropolis, Duality, Nightmare of Goron, and Warlord's Ruin, Heathen's Vengeance. So take note of those things. Next up, a few more things. Ash and Iron fighting power will no longer adjust your score when below 300 power. This means that playing with friends who are at lower power than you will improve their rewards, allowing quicker access to tier 2 gear, and a discard action has been added to the portal engrams when in the Postmaster, allowing for quicker dismantles if desired. Alongside that, Renegades launch featured gear. When Renegades launches, all legendary gear from Season of Reclamation, that includes Edge of Fate gear and Ash and Iron, will be included as part of Season of the Lawless featured gear. In other words, legendary gear currently with the teal featured gear background marker will continue to be marked as featured gear next season. This is actually really huge. Alongside that, all new exotics from Season of Reclamation will also be included as part of Season Lawless featured gear, and the new gear bonus will be changing for Season of the Lawless artifact. So starting in Season of Lawless, the new gear bonus will be a flat bonus for all featured gear. It will no longer be tiered as it currently is in Season of Reclamation, and will be at max 5% damage for weapons and a max of 10% damage resistance for armor. Now, whilst the changes are really good, I really think that the featured gear system should just be completely scrapped, because having to use newer gear in certain activities with Avant-Garde really does suck, and I would just love to have a freedom of choice in terms of what gear I use, specifically when it comes to weapons and also exotic weapons and armor especially, because not having things like exotic class items counted in this new featured stuff is just really annoying. Next up here, we have a huge update for any people looking to take part inside of the Epic Raid, because they now have some new rules to counter the amount of cheaters, as well as improve the viewer experience for those who are just watching. Alongside this, they're delaying the raid, so it's now going to release on Saturday, September 27th, and the world's first race will begin at 10 AM PT. Contest mode will be active through September 29th and ending at 10 AM PT, so big news there. The first rule is that streaming is now required, but only one member of the 6 fireteam members has to stream. Next, the stream must be on YouTube or Twitch, and the stream must be set to video on demand or VOD. If a team member wants to hide a portion of their screen, they must use an overlay provided by Bungie/Destiny the game, and cannot use additional overlays to block other portions of their stream, even as a joke. Note, the stream overlay will hide portions of their screen during the competition. Expect this to be published in the coming weeks. It may be edited to add your branding/face, but no additional gameplay content may be covered. If you wish to compete yet have no desire to cover your screen, awesome, don't worry about it. The team member who streams cannot black out or hide their screen or portions of their screen outside of the provided overlay. Game audio must also be on at all times, but players may mute their voice audio. We'll have a submission form ready to share in next week's TWID for you to share your streaming info if you plan to participate in the race. So that's a huge change there. And then they just have some final patch notes for 9.1.0, but nothing huge inside of those. And then we have a voice acting update, so English voice actors for Ikora, Auron, and Chioma, the original voice actors, will be returning for their roles inside of Ash and Iron. So if you were waiting for the voice actors to return and reprise their roles for the voice lines in the Edge of Fate expansion, that's not going to be happening with Ash and Iron, but French and Spanish, you're going to have to wait for your voice lines to be recorded, and they'll be added in Renegades later this year. Next up, the Destiny Legacy Collection will be available as the Humble Bumbles September Humble Choice Selection, and that includes the Final Shape Standard Edition, Lightfall Standard Edition, Witch Queen Standard Edition, Beyond Light Pack, Shadowkeep Pack, Forsaken Pack, 30th Anniversary Pack, Pit of Heresy Dungeon, Shattered Throne Dungeon, and the Grasp of Avarice Dungeon. So a whole load of game content there for you to collect, and you can collect this from September 2nd through to October 7th, so it's very worth doing if you're missing out on any of that content. And then we have Hispanic Heritage Month, where you can get a brand new emblem for donating to the Bungie Foundation campaign, and Bungie Awards Heavy Metal pin. Be sure to grab this pin if you want it before the event leaves. And then you just have player support report, main stuff here. Claim your seasonal challenges before Tuesday, because otherwise you won't be able to pick them up once the new season of Ash and Iron starts. And that's it for this week's TWID. If you want to read through it yourself or go through the other article that dropped yesterday, I'll have it all linked down in the description. With that said though, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I would very much appreciate it. But with that said, I'll see you all in the next one.